Hello students. So in our previous video lecture we have discussed about the shoot system. Okay, we have already told you that shoot system contains several parts. Okay, now in these several parts in our previous classes we have discussed about the stem. So we have discussed that shoot system actually it contains your main stem. Okay, sorry, it contains your main stem, branches, leaves, buds, okay, flowers, fruit and seeds. So many parts are there in the root system, and in our previous classes we have already discussed about your stem part. Okay, now today we are going to discuss about leaves. Okay, all the things about leaves, functions of leaves, all the things we are going to discuss. So let us start our today's video lecture. Okay, so just have a look. The leaves are green. Okay, most of the leaves are green. You can say 95% of leaves are green and flattened structure. Okay, they arise from the nodes of stem and branches. Okay, and are all leaves are the same size, shape and color? This is the question. If I ask you that are all leaves or does all leaves have the same color, so your answer will be no. Obviously no, there are different leaves of different colors are there. Okay, so there is an activity. Let us discuss this activity, that if you visit a garden and if you collect some different plants, okay, if you dry and press them by keeping them in between newspaper sheets. Okay, if newspaper sheets are there, if you place the leaves between two newspaper sheets, if this is the leaf, so I just place like this, okay, in between two newspaper sheets, then what will happen? And keeping a weight over it, so you will see once they dried, paste them in a scrapbook. Okay, now study the leaves for the shape, size and color. So you can easily perform this activity, you can easily do this activity, and many of you have already done this activity. Okay, okay, so this is one system, okay, or one activity that you can easily perform. Okay, now next is structure of leaf. Now structure of leaf is very important. Okay, why structure of leaf is very important? Because there are so many parts are there in the structure of the leaves. Okay, so let me show you one by one that structure of the leaves. Okay, now just have a look. In the structure of the leaf part, a typical leaf consists of following parts. Okay, so these parts are there in a leaf: leaf base, petiole, lamina, midrib and veins. Okay, so these are the four basic parts that are there in a leaf. Okay, so let me tell you one by one. So just have a look that leaf base, a leaf is attached to the stem with its leaf base. Okay, so basically this part you can say this is the leaf base. Okay, which is attached, basically which part is attached to the stem with its leaf base. Okay, so the very end part which is attached to the stem part, we call it as leaf base. You can see here the picture properly. Okay, second part is your petiole. Petiole means it is the leaf stalk, it connects the leaf to the stem. Okay, so this part you can call it as petiole. Okay, petiole means it connect to the, you can say, leaf to the stem. Okay, this is the leaf and this is, you can say, the stem part, so it just connects the leaf to the stem. Okay, third part is lamina. Lamina means the green, flat and broad part of the leaf, we call it as lamina. So basically this green, flat and broad part, this whole part we can call it as lamina. Okay, so this whole part we can call it as lamina. And what are the midrib and veins? So midribs forms the middle axis of the leaf blade. Okay, now let me show you that what is midrib. Okay, midrib you can see here the middle, this line. Okay, sorry, here is a line is there, so this line we can call it as midrib. Okay, so midrib is nothing but the middle axis of the leaf blade. Okay, if the leaf is there, if this is the lamina, so the middle axis. Okay, I have drawn the middle axis with red color, you can see here. So this middle axis we call it as leaf blade. Okay, and it is formed by the extension of petiole. Okay, petiole we have discussed. Petiole means what? Petiole means it is the leaf stalk, it connects the leaf to the stem, okay, this part, okay. So the extension of this, you can see here, if we join this line like this, so it is a straight line, see here, okay. So midrib is the extension of the petiole, we can easily see, and the lateral branches arising from the midrib are called veins, okay. So veins are the lateral branches. Lateral branches means you can see here this kind of structure, okay, this kind of structure you can easily find out. So these kind of structures we can call it as veins, okay, these structures, these, okay, both side of the midrib, the structure we call it as veins, okay. So clear, these are the four basic parts or four basic structures of leaf: leaf base, petiole, lamina, midrib and veins, okay. So what you have to do, students, you have to correlate the things, the terms with this picture, okay. If these pictures will be there in your mind, then you will never forget these things, okay. Now let us discuss an activity, okay. Let us discuss an activity which will clear your concept more. So activity 1.9, let us discuss it. So basically this activity tells us, this activity 1.9 tells us that put a leaf under a white sheet of paper, okay. So we have to put a leaf under a white sheet of paper, hold it in place. Now hold your crayons upside and rub it on the portion of the paper having the leaf below it. So what do you get? So if you take a white sheet of paper, okay, and if you put a leaf, if this is my white sheet of paper, if this is the leaf, so I just put the leaf just under the white sheet of paper and I put some crayons on it, okay. So what do you get, or what will you observe? So you will get an impression of the leaf with some lines on it, okay. These lines of the leaf are called as veins, okay. Veins means simply the lines, okay. If this is the leaf, let me draw a leaf, okay. If this is the leaf, so basically veins means this part, okay. This is the midrib and these are the veins, okay. These are the veins, okay. So these vein parts you will see, if you perform this activity you will see this part, and the network formed by the veins is called venation, okay. This network, that means the whole network, the whole system, okay. This whole system we can call it as venation. This whole system we can call it as your venation, okay. If the vein shows a network like a web all over the lamina, then it is called reticulate venation. Very important term, one of the most important term of the chapter. That reticulate venation means what? That if the veins shows a network like a web all over the lamina, okay, that means if it network like a web all over the lamina, you can see here. So this type of structure we can call it as reticulate venation, okay. For example, venation in leaves of people, mango, neem, same kinds, okay. Only two examples you need to recall or remember, okay. And if the veins arise from the midrib in straight lines and are parallel to each other, okay, you can see here this picture. If this is the midrib, so the veins are like this, parallel to each other, okay. Parallel lines means what? Parallel lines means if the distance between the two lines are always same, then we call it as parallel lines, okay. You can see here all the veins are parallel to each other, and this venation we call it as parallel venation. For examples, banana, okay, and grasses, very common examples are there. So let me tell you once more, let me rub all these things and let me discuss once more what do you mean by reticulate venation and what do you mean by parallel venation, okay. So reticulate venation means what? So venation means basically the arrangement of veins, okay. Now reticulate venation means what? If the vein shows a network like a wave all over the lamina, then it is called reticulate venation. You can see here the pictures, you can see that these veins will, this kind of structure you will get, okay. This is the midrib, okay, and this kind of structure you will get. So this kind of structure if you find, we call it at reticulate venation, okay. Venation means the structure, wave like structure. For examples, people and mango. Okay, and if the venations arise from the midrib and straight line, you can see here this is the midrib, and if the venations goes like this parallel to each other, okay, following the midrib, then this kind of venation we call it as parallel venations. Okay, so if you remember the name, you will easily get. Parallel means the veins should be parallel to the midrib. That's why we call it as parallel venation. Examples are grasses, banana. Okay, so I hope it is clear. Now the main question will come from this. It will be your differentiate between reticulate venation and parallel venation. So what you have to do, two characteristics you have to remember. Okay, and with two examples. Okay, so I hope students it is clear to you. So let me rub all these things. Okay, now let us discuss the next part. Before going to discuss the next part, just have a look that few things are there which you have to do. That you have to define the following terms: shoot system, petiole, lamina. Okay, all these things we have discussed. Okay, so I hope you can solve this very easily. So let us discuss the next portion, that relation between leaf venation and types of roots. Okay, now for this you have to perform this table. So what is the table? We call it as table 1.3. So name of the plants are there. You can see mango, banana, maize, carrot. Name of the plants are there, and root system or types of root, whether it is tap root, whether it is fibrous root, you have to write, and what type of leaf venations are there, whether it is reticulate venation, whether it is parallel venation, you have to write in there. Okay, so the table you can easily perform. Okay, okay. Now what do you find the above table? You will find that the plants with reticulate venation, okay, have tap roots, while those parallel venations have fibrous roots. Okay, this is very important, that those plants with reticulate venations, they have tap roots, and those plants with parallel venations, they have fibrous roots. Okay, now so this table you can do it, okay, by your own. Now an activity is there, so let us discuss the activity first. Okay, so in this activity it is said that take a healthy well watered plant. Okay, we have to take a healthy well watered plant that has growing in the sun, and enclose the leafy branch of the plant in a polythene bag. Okay, so we have to enclose the leaves by a polythene bag and tie up its mouth. Now after few hours, what do you observe? And if you observe the inner surface of the bag, you will see some few droplets, water droplets sticking around the polythene bag. Okay, so the thing is there that plants give out extra amount of water in them through the leaves in the form of vapors. Okay, this process is known as transpiration. Very important. So what do you mean by transpiration, students? Transpiration is a process by which the plants can get rid or give out extra amount of water in them through the leaves in the form of vapors. Okay, so basically this process is called as transpiration. So if transpiration will come from 1 marks, you can write this explanation or you can write this definition. Okay, okay. Now just have a look that functions of leaves are there. Okay, what are the functions of leaves? So basically in this part, just have a look, functions of leaves. Another activity is there. Take a green leaf in a test tube. Test tube means you can see this kind of structure. Okay, this kind of structure we call it as a test tube. Okay, so we have taken a green leaf inside a test tube and pour some spirit on it so that it completely cover the leaf. Okay, so we pour some spirit on it. Okay, so this part I am writing, this is spirit. Okay, we pour some spirit on it. Okay, now put the test tube in a beaker half filled with water. You can see here, this is our beaker which is half filled with water. We just pour our test tube on the beaker and heat the beaker till the green color from the leaf comes out in the spirit in the test tube. Okay, you can see here we are just heating. Okay, here if we heat the test tube, then what will we see? We will see all the green color will comes out in the spirit. Okay, and now take out the leaf and wash it in water. And if we put it on a plate and pour some iodine solution over it, okay, these are basically solutions that we are using in the chemistry lab, students. Okay, so these are the iodine solutions. Okay, if we put iodine solutions over it, then what do you observe? You will observe the leaf surface will show a blue or black color, which shows the presence of starch. Okay, so this activity is very important. This activity shows the presence of starch. So if the question will come that how to discuss or how name an activity which shows the presence of starch, so you have to tell this activity. Okay, so students, just focus on this activity. In our next video we will discuss the activity once more and then we will goes on. Okay, so students, thank you.